Discovering Natural Law, the Moral Code Written in Us. Good day, everyone. Let me start with a simple question. Have you ever felt deep down that something was wrong even though no one told you it was? Or maybe you've seen someone help a stranger and instinctively you thought, that was the right thing to do. Why do we feel these things? Where do these moral instincts come from? That's what today's lecture is all about. Natural law. The idea that right and wrong are not just taught, but discovered, that they're already written into us. Natural law is a theory in philosophy and ethics that claims human beings possess intrinsic moral values discoverable through reason. That means even without laws or education, people have an internal sense of what's right and what's wrong. Unlike legal systems, which change from place to place and time to time, natural law is said to be universal and unchanging, because it comes from our very nature as human beings. This concept goes beyond religion or politics. It's about how we as humans participate in a moral order that's already there. Something bigger than us, yet within us. Aquinas and the Divine Blueprint. Let's talk about one of the biggest champions of natural law, St. Thomas Aquinas, a 13th century philosopher and theologian. Aquinas believed that natural law is our way of participating in what he called the eternal law, God's rational plan for the universe. He said, natural law is the light of understanding placed in us by God. So how do we access this law? Through our reason, our ability to think, choose, and reflect. Aquinas gave us a guiding principle. Good is to be done and pursued, and evil is to be avoided. That's the starting point. Then he listed 5 basic inclinations we all share. 1. Preservation of life. 2. Procreation. 3. Pursuit of knowledge. 4. Living in society. 5. Rational behavior. These are built into us. No one needs to teach us these are important. We know it. Natural law in everyday life. Let's bring this closer to home. Imagine someone lies, cheats, or harms another. Even if they're not caught or punished, many feel guilt. Why? Because we sense we've done something wrong. That's natural law whispering to our conscience. It's why many great movements for justice, civil rights, anti-slavery, women's suffrage, were based not just on law, but on a higher moral law that says, this is wrong, even if it's legal. Natural law challenges us to do better, to live according to a moral truth that goes beyond convenience or popularity. Controversies and modern interpretations. Now let's be honest, natural law isn't without controversy. Aquinas believed that everything in nature has a purpose. This includes our bodies and sexuality. So he argued that since sex's natural purpose is procreation, any use of it outside that, such as homosexuality, deviates from natural law. But here's the thing. While that was Aquinas' view, many modern thinkers and ethicists challenge it today. They argue that love, intimacy, and mutual care are also essential human goods. This shows us that while natural law can provide strong foundations, our interpretations must evolve with deeper understanding, compassion, and human experience. So natural law is not frozen in time. It's part of a moral journey. Why it still matters. So why are we talking about natural law in 2025? Because it still shapes how we think about human rights, justice, and moral responsibility. Natural law reminds us that there are truths, like human dignity and the value of life, that no dictatorship or majority vote can erase. Think of whistleblowers, activists, and even ordinary people who take a stand against wrong. They often say they're following their conscience or doing what's right, even if it's not legal. That's natural law in action. So I leave you with this challenge. What does your conscience tell you about the good? Are you living by the law of the land or the law written in your heart? Natural law isn't just a topic in a philosophy class. It's a call to recognize the moral compass within you. Thank you.